Call to order a meeting for the Normal Town Council for Monday, July 17th, 2023. Please call the roll.
Mayor Kus?
Here.
Mrs. Loren?
Here.
Ms. Harris? Mr. Byers? Ms. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Preston?
Here.
Mr. McCarthy?
Here.
We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. We have no public comment prior to the meeting. We do have one commenter at the end of the meeting. So we go to omnibus items considered routine and will be handled with one vote unless a council member would like to pull an item for discussion. Ms. Loren?
Okay, I will pull item C as in Charlie on the Broadview Bell Tower.
Thank you. Items considered are approval of the minutes of the regular council meeting of July 5th, 2023. Report to receive and file town of normal expenditures for payment as of July 12th, 2023. And a resolution to waive formal bid process and award the quote for well number 22 pipe extension. And that's awarded to George Gildner Incorporated, and approve an associated budget adjustment for $42,140. Please call the roll.
Mrs. Lorenz?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Preston?
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy?
Aye.
Mayor Kus?
Aye. Those items are approved. Item C is a resolution to accept bids and award a contract to Garneau Construction of Normal, Illinois for the building envelope repair and maintenance at the Broadview Bell Tower capital maintenance project in the amount of $144,180. Mrs. Ryan.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Ryan.
Okay, thank you. I think our report was really adequate on this in terms of explaining a pretty significant difference between the three bidders. Obviously, the 144 being the low bid. However, being that it was such a wide range, while it was a great report written, I think it's perhaps deserving of some verbal affirmation and sharing about what they saw in the differences between the bidders and how they feel that it is still a responsive and adequate bid. So if we could have some reaffirmation on that, and if there's any opportunity or need for anyone else to dialogue about it.
Sure. I will go ahead and attempt to respond. We did receive 3 bids. 2 of the 3 bidders were significantly higher than the low bid that we're recommending this evening. We are recommending Garneau Construction, and we believe the bid is probably reflective of a couple of situations. The 2 other bidders potentially have quite a bit of work on their plate right now. This particular bidder of Garneau also is proposing what we call a means and methods strategy to do the work that might be a little bit different. So they think it's an efficient way to get the work done. The architect that worked with us to prepare the bid package has reviewed the bid and feels it's in confidence that they can move forward as they propose with their means and methods and strategies to get the work done. And so we're going to recommend to council that this low bid be accepted.
Okay. In follow-up, oftentimes labor can be the most expensive piece of a project, or if not, one of the leading. Do we feel confident about the skill level of the laborers that Garneau is putting forward?
Yes, we do.
And last question, should there be anything that comes up that they didn't expect? This is kind of out of the file of this is too good to be true, so pardon me for being a little anxious about it. But should there be anything that comes up that, maybe they didn't anticipate or what have you, what kind of assurances are built into their bid that, I know sometimes you have to go into a change order, but do we feel confident that there's enough bandwidth in their bid that it's going to withstand even a few hiccups?
Well, I hope so. That's the best I can say right now in terms of whether or not their bid can accommodate some hiccups. I guess the assurance that we have is the review that's been done by Charnett Associates, which is really the subject matter experts on historic properties and projects, and Garneau's expertise. So I guess time will tell, but based on the information we have right now, this is how we recommend moving forward. And should circumstances change, then it will be a lesson learned, but we'll do all we can to live within the budget and certainly within the bid.
Okay. All right. Thank you for letting me raise that up and appreciate
Further
it.
on this item? Please call the roll.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Preston,
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy,
Aye.
Mrs. Lorenz,
Aye.
Mayor Kus,
Aye. That item is approved. We have two items on general orders, both dealing with the same property. The first is an ordinance rezoning property in the town of Normal for Grace Church at 1311 West Hubby. Approval. Thank you. Discussion on- Please call the roll.
Mr. Preston.
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy,
Aye.
Mrs. Lorenz,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mayor Kus,
Aye. The ordinance is approved. Item 8 is a resolution approving a site plan with a special use permit for ground-mounted solar panels at Grace Church, 1311 West Hubby.
Move approval.
Second. Discussion on this?
I just
Ms.
want to applaud the church for implementing a solar panel project to help with their energy production. It really is very timely.
Great. Please call the roll.
Mr. McCarthy,
Aye.
Mrs. Lorenz,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Preston,
Aye.
Mayor Kus,
Aye. That item is approved. We have no new business tonight. Before taking a motion for adjournment and concerns, we do have one public commenter, Brian Hinner, or Hinnon, in the room. I think he may have left, thinking there was an item on the agenda that's not on the agenda. So we'll move to concerns, council comments or concerns. Ms. Smith?
I'm not a concern, but a shout out to John Burkhart and the Water Department for an item that was on the omnibus agenda where seeing there was a rather costly component to a project and recognizing the opportunity because of the terrain that would call for the installation of this pipe, stepped up and offered in-house staff to work with the project and brought the installation down from a $153.50 per linear foot to materials and labor of $89.01 for quite nearly 900 feet. And the flexibility and the initiative, I just really applaud the department for their initiative in working to save the town taxpayers' money.
Is there comments or concerns? For adjournment,
So moved.
please call the roll.
Mrs. Lorenz,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Preston,
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy,
Aye.
Mayor Kus.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you.